All righty then. Let's go ahead and start this recording. It looks like
This conference is being recorded.
Looks like we are live. Listen, guys, if you see me look over to the side, it's just because I'm checking my laptop to see if you have any questions for our guest today. And we're about to officially start this show here. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, wow, man, we are back, y'all. I got to tell you, technology was the devil this morning. If you've been following me on Facebook, my name is Sulondia Hammond, a.k.a. Sueham, baby, also known as the Thug Motivator. And as of lately, I've been saying the devil is busy. Well, you know, I also tell you that what you speak comes into existence. So I'm going to stop saying that, and I'm going to say God is busier because technology was really giving me a headache this morning. But nonetheless, guys, we are continuing with our Playwright series here on the Sueham Show. Man, I gotta tell you, I am excited to have, I know I use the word excited, I use it too much, but hey, I am enthused to have playwright, producer, philanthropist, director, TV host Lavarious on the show today. This man has done some crazy stuff. He barely sleeps because he's working and using the gifts that God has given him. So listen, without further ado, you guys help me welcome to the show, Lavarious. What's up, dude?
Sueham, baby.
Listen, did I say your name right? I always say Lavarious, and then I go Lavarious.
It's Lavarious.
Lavarious. All right, bro. I want to get it right because, you know, you have an unusual name just like me. My first name is Sulondia, and that's why I said, yo, just go with Sue.
Yeah. I mean, I even go with my middle name. Everybody call me Tony and all that stuff, so I get it.
Lavarious, man, thank you for taking time out of your schedule to talk to us because, you know, you from Canada to Vegas to New York to Cali to Atlanta to living in Orlando, doing all kinds of productions. So I'm going to jump right into it because I know you're busy, right?
Hey, we are always working.
Man, what made you want to become a playwright? How exactly did that jump off for you?
You know what? My cousin was murdered in 2006, and from that pain that my family and myself went through, I decided to write and come up with an idea of that story. I wanted people to really see, you know, that. And the name of that show was called "You Better Be Glad I'm Saved." And I used to always say, you know, if our family was not saved and born again, somebody would have got popped off. You know what I mean? So that's what it was for me. It was more of that tragedy that my cousin went through sparked up the idea of, you know, maybe I could do this. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I started. You know, at first I was not a writer. I was just a guy who had good ideas. I didn't know anything about how to put a script together until I actually started doing my research, studying, and I bought a book that became like my Bible.
Man.
When I tell you I bought a book, this book is like 500 pages long, and I read that thing front, back, sideways. However, it took me a while to read this book, but I read this thing over and over and over and over, and that's how I became the playwright I am today.
Lavarious, man, that is what's people don't understand the knowledge that are in books, right? It's unbelievable. If you would just open up a book, regardless of what book it is, there is some knowledge in there for you to just eat up like cotton candy. Now,
absolutely.
You know, you talked about writing your first play born out of tragedy, right? It's funny because that's what my first play was, born out of tragedy. It was a love tragedy. But for your first play, you actually sold out to an audience of what, over 1,000 people?
Yeah, we sold out to actually 1,505 seats total.
Man, how do you know that exact number? That's crazy.
Yeah. No money to put in for marketing dollars. I know how people gonna receive it, you know. But you know, when those curtains opened up and those lights went up, I was shocked. But the process of getting there was the hard part because I can remember getting a phone call from the theater saying, "Hey, we got to cancel your show because you haven't hit the box office numbers yet." And I was 3 days before the show. I was only at like 300 tickets sold 3 days prior. And so I got all my cast members and, you know, people I called team back then, which, you know, we all called people a team when we first started out. We had no idea what we're doing. got with everybody. I said, we can do this. We need to somehow get an idea together to push this or whatever. Again, I didn't have no money for radio, TV, none of that stuff. It was all street work. I remember Bruce was there a day before my show. I was there on a Sunday night. Bruce was there on a Saturday night. We went out to his audience, passing out flyers like left and right. The night of the show, as people was walking to Bruce's show, they were buying tickets to my show at the same time because I had people on the ground passing out tickets. And so that same night, we went from 300 and something pre-sold tickets to over 600 tickets that same night Bruce was there. And then by the time my door opened, we had literally over 700 people walk up and buy tickets.
Man, are you kidding me, man? What year was this? 700? Say again?
700 people walk up and buy tickets. This is 2007.
Listen, let me ask you this. Did you pass out?
I didn't hear that part.
Did you pass out, man, from excitement?
Oh, man. I mean, it was so crazy. I couldn't even sleep. I didn't sleep probably for the next 48 hours. I was just like, God, did you really do this for me? This little country black boy in Orlando? He had an opportunity to perform his first show in a major house like this?
Oh, my goodness. No celebrities, right?
Not one celebrity. All local cast members who had the same drive and the same vision that I had.
So listen to me. What do you think it took, man, for you to make that show successful? Was it faith? Was it belief? Perseverance? Just working? What was it?
You know what? I'd like to say it was just hard work, but if I don't go back to what really allowed that show to be what it was all faith and it was all God. If I had not cast the prophetic word in my own mouth, then I know we can do this. I know that I see all these people in the seats. That show wouldn't have been what it was. And it was all the teamwork that was around me. It was my cast. It was people in the city locally that they never had a local guy ever do anything like this before. And for this little guy at 20-something years old to go and book a venue of that size for his first show, that really got the attention of a lot of people.
Now listen, Lavarious, I hate to cut across you, but you said something, man. This show was in 2007. That was like pre-Facebook, right? So, that took a lot of getting on the ground, hustling and bustling.
Yeah.
Now today, with so many different social media platforms, what would you recommend to get butts in the seats as far as marketing?
Oh, I tell when I do my Playwright conference, I talk about marketing so hard because that is what it takes. You have to have a strong call to action. Your call to action has to be so strong. You have to tell people what to do, really. Because people don't know they need to do something unless you tell them. I could say, hey, I got tickets on sale now. What does that mean? That just means you got tickets on sale. That doesn't tell me I need to go buy a ticket. It doesn't tell me where I need to go buy a ticket. So you literally have to have a two-step process. That two-step process is they need to click on your link and they get to your ticketing site, and from your ticketing site, they need to check out. That's simple.
Absolutely.
But you tell people what to do. Tell people what to do when it comes down to your product. You're a salesperson. You're a playwright. All playwrights should be salespeople.
Tell me something, man. How did you get into doing Broadway plays? Listen, let me set this up real quick, though. I remember meeting you last year on the set of David Talbot's movie, Almost Christmas. And I remember you saying at that time, Lavarious, you were like, yo, I'm going to start doing Broadway plays. Tell me how you got into doing that. And it looks like, I think you've done, about 3 or 4 of them already this year?
Yeah, I've done, this year, 5.
5 this year?
Yeah, I've done 5 this year, yeah. I've done a show in Canada, 2 shows in Canada. I've done 2 in Orlando, and this one that's coming up next Saturday is my 5th one.
So listen, I know you got The Wiz slated to come up August 27th.
Yeah,
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, The Wiz, everyone knows the story of The Wiz. It's one of those iconic fairy tale African-American stories. And so we all remember watching it back in the day when Michael Jackson and Diana Ross and all them, when they were in the movie. And so when I first started Broadway, I just had an idea of giving people something that they couldn't afford to go to New York and see.
Mm-hmm.
So I got together with my team and said, you know what? I said, this would be a perfect idea if we somehow evolve. We have a Broadway division of our company, and we have the urban stage plays of our company. I said, what the Broadway does, I said, it gives people an opportunity to come right here in our local community where they don't have to fly in New York City, they don't have to get an expensive hotel, they don't have to pay for food, they don't have to do any of that stuff. All the thing they have to do is buy an affordable ticket to come right to their city. And I said, if we could, if being that we have mastered the idea of how to directly produce a urban stage play, I know we can do Broadway. And so I took my first chance last year when I met you. I took my first chance to put on Dreamgirls, the Broadway musical. So every in the house, we had to turn away people at the door. You know.
Are you serious?
Yes, it was. When I say it was big, it was crazy.
Man, that is a blessing, man. I love it. I love when I hear people selling out shows, man, consistently.
Yeah. Because we got to give people what they want. I tell we have to give people stories and give people projects that they want. You know, I know we have these ideas of great stories and all that stuff, but what does it do for us when no one wants to see something we wrote, or they can't relate to a particular story? So I recommend that we do our research, and we always should evolve as writers, directors, and producers, because why do the same thing that we've done in 2007 and we're trying to do it in 2016? It doesn't work. Marketing things that we did in 2007 don't work for 2016. There was no Facebook back then. There was nothing but MySpace. That's what I had, MySpace. There was no Twitter. There was no Instagram. There was no social listening. There was none of this stuff. We have to continually study and see what the next high thing so that we can jump on it and we can sell seats, man. That's what it is. I'm all about selling seats and giving people an opportunity.
Yeah. Now listen, you really are. You're so much about giving people an opportunity to the point where you traveled to Canada and actually put on a Broadway show, Mahalia Jackson, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Tell me about that. How did you get to Canada, brother?
You know what? That story is very, very unique because we were looking to go to London. So we were researching the market in London on who do we connect with, what promoters are out there, what venues are out there. And we came across an article of a lady that had done London, and she was from Canada. And so we sent her an email explaining who we are, what we do, how long we've been in the business, and so she researched us before she even responded. And we got on the phone with her. We had a great conversation, and she was like, "Hey, I've done London, and it was so successful. But what do you think about doing Canada? Canada would be good for an American." And that's how we got to Canada. And what I did was I partnered with her. I brought her to the States, and she brought me to Canada.
Man, so would you say that partnerships are extremely important in this business?
Very, very, very important. You know, we are not on the island by ourselves. We are not on the island by ourselves. We are a community of playwrights, and it makes no sense for me to hate on you to hate on somebody else. It just doesn't make any sense. So partnerships are, especially when you don't have what it takes for you to get in that market, because you may have the money to get in that market, but you don't know who is in that market to help you push it if you don't partner with the right person.
Now, Lavarious, real quick, I want you to explain about why it's important to choose the right partnerships, because you have to protect your brand as well.
Yes. And, I mean, that's one of the biggest things I look for when I partner with you, because, for one, I don't do a partnership with my company if my company cannot control the finances. That's just a no. If your company can't control the finances, you guys can't see all where the money is spent for marketing. You don't see the numbers coming in. That is a bad partnership.
Wow.
But if you are in a position on the level that you're on, you're able to look at where money's going, you are able to control and disperse the money, then that's a good partnership. You know, because you don't ever want to do a partnership and you get to the city and no one is in seats and the promoter told you that, oh, it's sold out. So then you get there and it's empty house. That has happened to me before. I remember I did a show a long way from my house one time. I had this big old cast in there, got to the city, and we're in this 1,700 venue, and there ain't nothing but 200 people in the audience. And but a week prior, the promoter tells me that, oh yeah, your ticket sales are good. We had 1,100 seats already, and I believe we'll sell out. And I had celebrities in that show. I mean, I had a big celebrity cast on that show. And I got there, and I was like, oh my God, what did I just do? What did I just do? My contract wasn't right. My agreement wasn't right. So I lost completely. Had I had the right partnership process and I had the right agreements and contracting process, I would have been in such a great position.
Oh my goodness! Now,
and
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, I'm saying, and every partnership isn't, for you anyway. You have to do your research, man. I'm telling you, do your research because Facebook paints a good picture of people. It paints this picture. Oh, they got it going on. Pictures of their house, their cars, and half that stuff ain't even there. You know what I mean? So, so I say do your research, man, and you'll know. And if it feels uncomfortable, don't do it.
Don't do it. Listen, speaking about partnerships, tell me what you got going on in Atlanta coming up here.
Well, I'm actually going to Atlanta just to I say plow the market and just look at what's going on in that area because I've never actually done a show in Atlanta. I've done the surrounding cities, but now we're getting ready to branch out in the Atlanta market. So I'm the guy that would get on a plane and go research a place before I sign anything. I don't sign agreements with people if I can't meet you face to face.
I love that.
If I can't see you, if I can't shake your hand, if I can't sit in front of you and I listen to what's coming out your mouth, it's just, I don't do partnerships like that. I have to see you. I'm sorry. Because I look at this is my family. You are messing with my family's livelihood, and I will be darned if I let anybody take anything out of my mouth. That's just how it is.
I love that, bro. I love that. Now, right before we actually went live, I think you were telling me that you were headed to Vegas because you got a show or some auditions coming up in Vegas.
Yeah. What we've done is we've expanded our company out to the West Coast, and we're going to be running 2 divisions. So we're going to have our West Coast division and our East Coast division, which is Las Vegas. So our first show that we're doing out there, I did a partnership again. Partnerships are good things when you do it with the right people. I did a partnership with a playwright out there named Miss Michelle, who is going to be a part of the plays I start to bring on her market because she has the market on lock. She sells out every show she does in Las Vegas, and I thought it would be a great thing for us to bring quality entertainment to a market that has entertainment all day, every day, but nothing like this. They have all these shows with Mr. Celine Dion and all those people. Why not give them the same show and put it in a major hotel just like those other shows?
Ooh, I love that, man.
I'm not talking about doing theater. I'm not talking about putting it in one of those hotels on their stage. So that's what we have in the works right now. So we're doing our auditions coming up actually Friday night and Saturday night, and our show should be up, and we should be running within the next 30, 45 days.
That's what's going on. Now, talk to me about you being a TV host now. I see you got a TV show that's out there. Tell everybody where they can find it at.
Yeah. You know what? I've always wanted to be on television and do all type of different things in the entertainment industry. And I got approached before by a company, Afrotainment. And Afrotainment is in the markets of they're in Florida, New York, Connecticut, and they're in Canada. And it's a show that it's not airing right now. It come on nightly, and it was almost like a open mic where I would talk about things that goes on in the world with local people, get their perspectives on it. People who had some type of tragedy and survived it, and now how they're living. And it was just a very, very inspiring show that allowed me to really, really get the audience to think. That's all it was about. I mean, we as the people, we should think. We should be free thinkers. We should allow other people to think for us. And that's what it's about. Think, man.
I'm laughing, but you're absolutely right. We as a people should think.
We don't. We really don't. We just when it comes to the playwrights, they get an idea and they run with it without doing their research and are really, running that thing through multiple channels and mentors and all that type of stuff. And you have to really plan, and once you plan, execute and all that good stuff.
So tell me something. How important is it to have a mentor, and who exactly is your mentor?
Oh man, it is so important to have a mentor. Man, it is important. Mentorship is one of the greatest things you could ever have. I'm telling you, it's almost like having a father-son relationship or a daughter-mother relationship, where you can go to that mentor and just drop anything you want in their lap, and they're gonna tell you straight up. Yeah. They're gonna say some stuff you're not gonna like, but it's all about humbling yourself and taking their advice and moving forward. My mentor is David Talbot. He's not this guy that thinks he's better than everybody else or his stuff don't think and nothing like that. He's just like everybody else. But he has had the opportunity to do a lot of these things that a lot of us have not had. Mm-hmm. So why not take advice from a guy like that who can show me the ropes and say, okay, this is how you do it, and this is how you don't ever do this stupid crap again.
Man, for people who may not know who David Talbot is or his body of work, can we just take 30 seconds and give him praise? Because, I will be forever indebted to this man, So can we just I know you will too, brother. I know you had success prior. You had success prior to meeting him, but after meeting him, getting that extra incentive and the extra push and extra knowledge has just helped to take you to another level. So can you just give us 30 seconds of who David Talbot is?
Well, for those of y'all that don't know David Talbot, Tracy Morgan was in for Sunday. But Baggage Claim is that one movie that came out a couple years ago with Olive Hatton and a lot of other great stars. And this recent movie that's getting ready to hit theaters on November 11th that Sueham is in, y'all. It is Almost Christmas. Sueham, Danny Glover, Gabrielle Union, Omar F. Some of the hottest A-list actors in Black Hollywood. Man, so that's who Mr. Talbot is,
Yeah, I just got word that the sound went out on David Talbot. But you listen, guys, this is reality TV. Things happen. This is live. So listen, Lavarious, you're gonna have to give us that spiel one more time, just who David Talbot is.
Okay, Hey, I don't mind talking about this good guy. David Talbot is one of the biggest playwrights in the country. He's had shows from A Fool and His Money, Suddenly Single, What Goes Around Comes Around, The Fabric of a Man. Let's see here. Love and Nick of Time is another great one, and his recent one that's coming out this year is called Another Man Will. That's coming straight to DVD. What My Husband Doesn't Know, and his movies, guys. His movies are First Sunday with Cat Williams, Tracy Morgan, all those like a baggage claim with Paula Patton, and then the new movie that's ready to hit on November 11th this year, which is called Almost Christmas. I'm sorry. And Sueham is in the movie, y'all. Y'all have to check it out. Sueham's in the movie. You got Gabrielle Union. You got Omar F. You got Danny Glover. You have Monique. Y'all have Monique in this movie, and y'all have to see it. She is hilarious.
Yes.
Y'all, this movie, you got to see this movie. It's a movie that you got to see. And also, Teresa Saxon's in the movie, too. Yes. Another person that was at one of Mr. Talbot's workshops.
Yes, and I'm glad glad you mentioned the workshops, guys. When Mr. David E. Talbot puts out those workshops, right, via his website, his social media platforms, get
Yes.
to the workshops, because Teresa Sykes actually had a major role in his new stage play that's coming out on DVD and BET, Another Man Will, and a shot in the movie. And I was at the workshop, and I was in the movie as well. We were casted with all of these great names that Lavarious just mentioned. And because David is Lavarious' mentor, Lavarious was on the set for days, man, behind scenes, checking out everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, that's
Yeah, it
what's
was
up.
amazing. It was such a, it was amazing. I mean, it was a life-changing experience where you got to see not just the theater part, but the film part and how, you know, you run a 20-second scene over and over and over and over again to make it perfection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I tell people in theater. You know, if I have to run this one scene that takes 10 minutes, if I have to run an entire 8-hour rehearsal, we're gonna run it until we get it to where it needs to be.
That's right, because it's got to be right, baby. It's got to be right. So
it has to be right.
I'm looking at my phone, and I got a couple questions coming in. So guys, when you see me looking down, that's why. So one person wants to know, Lavarious. Well, I got two questions. The first one is, how did you come to meet Mr. David Talbot?
And it was all God. I mean, I tell you, it was nothing that I did but stay consistent. Mr. Talbot, I sent two of my cast members to Atlanta to go to his workshop. And one of my cast members was on the elevator that he was coming down. He was coming down from his room. He got on the elevator. David Talbot was on the elevator. And David asked him, who do you work with in Orlando? And Gary then said, I work with this playwright by the name of Lavarious. And Dave said, you know what? I get emails from him all the time. I'm always on this cat's email. He's always sending me emails. And I did. I sent him an email every time I was getting ready to do a show. He never responded. Never responded to my emails. But so he's like, man, I gotta meet this guy. I mean, he sent you. And then when he went in the room for the workshop, another one of my cast members was there, and he asked her the same question: who sent you here? And they said, Lavarious sent me here. And he said, you know what, y'all? Call Lavarious on the phone right now. I want to talk.
Oh my God!
In the middle of the workshop. In the middle of the workshop. But listen to this though. Listen to this. I was in Mexico, and they could not get in touch with me. My phone wasn't working in Mexico. And so I'm like killing myself. They're sending me text messages. They're sending me emails. I'm like, guys, I am trying to call y'all. I can't get connection. I would have paid $100 to take that phone call. But I could not get it. And Dave said, you know what? I'll try to reach out to him later or another time. So time went by. I think 2 months went by. 4 o'clock in the morning, I still got the tweet. David Talbot sent me a tweet and said, hey, man, I've heard so much about you, blah, blah, blah. I'm doing this thing out in California. You should come out. And I was like, you have to tell me, but what? I jumped on the plane a week out after that, and I was in L.A. shadowing David Talbot.
Man, that's amazing, man. Thank you for sharing that, man, because I never heard that, and I always wondered myself, how did you and David link up? And for those that are listening, those that are watching, man, basically what you heard from the playwright that we had on yesterday, the playwright that we have on today, is that you have to consistently grind. You have to consistently help other people. You have to consistently make noise, and that's how you get noticed. That's how you get to your turn, and then it's your time. Man, that's amazing, man.
Yep.
Amazing. Listen, I got one more question here. I'm looking at the handy dandy phone. Because I talked to some people about you before I brought you on. They wanted to know, what did it take for you to leave corporate America? Because they have some people that want to pursue their dreams, but they're afraid. So speak to that, if you will.
You know, that was one of the hardest decisions that I ever had to make, because I was in a job where I was a marketing, affiliate marketing manager at this company. And I did so much. So I was there 15 years. And, 15 years is a long time to walk away and say, you know what, I can't do this anymore. One day I got tired. I said, I can't do this. I'm putting all my energy into this job, and I am losing. I am, not putting as much into my business, because this job is taking so much of my time and energy. And when So when I get home, I'm drained, and I just can't really focus on none of that stuff. But every day, I would go in the office, I would walk through those doors, and I would say, I would declare, and I would speak it, today is my last day. Wow. Today is my last day. But with me saying today is my last day, I had to have a plan. I had to have a solid plan that I knew that would come in and take care of my family like my job took care of my family. And so so one day I walked in the office and I gave her my 2 weeks notice, and I said, you know what, I can't do it. I've been here a long time, but I really have to pursue my dream because this is what is burning on the inside of me. I feel it. I live, I breathe, I eat this thing all day, and I can't give you guys what I've been giving you guys any longer. And my boss was like, are you sure? Have you thought about it? And I want to make sure you're making the right decision. And so I walked out. And the next month I walked out, that was the worst month of my life. Financially, I hit a brick wall. But then I said, you know what? I'm gonna keep moving. I ain't going back. I'm gonna keep moving. The next month after that, I put on another 4 or 5 days after that for another production, and it was a hit. I was like, yes, I got it. Got it. But one thing we have to understand is just because we sell out a show does not mean we go buy a new car, we go buy a fancy Rolex watch, we go buy this, and we go buy that. We put those funds up for a rainy day. So when the likes of a David Talbot or a Tyler or anybody call you, you have resources to jump on a plane, get a hotel room, and go where you need to go.
You're absolutely right, man. Man, that was good information, and I'm hoping that everybody takes that to heart because you do have to put away for a rainy day so that when those opportunities present itself, you don't have to reject the opportunities. You can accept them with open arms.
Absolutely.
Open arms. Now, talk to me about the jazz event you got going on.
Yes. So I became an executive producer on this new project in Orlando called Wine and All That Jazz. And what that is just something a little different than the actual plays I normally do. What I want to do is I want to give this local artist an opportunity to showcase their talent with this acting or singing. And what Wine and All That Jazz is every month, every third Friday in the month in Orlando, we're going to be showcasing nothing but good wine music. But the thing about it is I want people to step in that time zone. So this first one is Nat King and Etta James. Nat King and Etta James was huge successes in the 1950s. So I said, okay, let's do this. Let's have it where people can dress in the like they were in the 1950s, enjoy a nice glass of wine and a tribute show to these amazing talents that Etta James and Nat King Cole. Sing the music, walk around, sit at a piano, stand at a piano, and just sing and just give people a nice, classy atmosphere where, a place where they can enjoy it and go back home and wow, my week was stressful. I came to the jazz and it changed everything about my week.
Man, I really love that concept. That's brilliant. I love the fact that you're stepping into new and different things. Just keep reinventing yourself, man. Dude. I can't believe it, but I've been on the phone with you now 33 minutes, and I got to wrap it up because I told you 30 minutes. But before I let you go, I know you just celebrated a birthday.
Yes, it was huge.
Yeah, I see you with the white tux on and how you had everybody there from your cast and that works with your team. Just your fiance serenading you.
Yes. Oh man, that was amazing. That was amazing.
How did you feel? How did you feel, man, when your fiance Nadia serenaded you?
You know what? That feeling, there was no greater feeling than seeing her execute this song so beautifully to me. I mean, because we as men, we go through a lot on a daily basis. We go through a lot. The world we carry everything on our shoulders. And for that one day, I had I don't even know how many people were. There was so many people there that just celebrated me. And then the icing on the cake is when she came out there, sat in that chair, in the middle of that chair, and she started singing this song that was from her soul.
Wow.
Oh, man, that was so amazing.
Man, I love, you know what? I love love, man. I love love. And so when I saw that, because I was watching a snippet of it earlier today, and I was like, man, that is so beautiful. So congratulations to you both, man. To you both.
Thank you. And and it takes a team. It takes a team to do what we do. I have an amazing team. I have a guy that works on my team now, Lewis, who is amazing, man. I won't be able to do. I can't do a lot of stuff what I do without this. So it's all about teamwork. It's no I team. It's team is for everybody that's a part of your project. I mean, if you sweep my floors, if you pick up a piece of stuff, it's a part of my team. And I honor everybody with words. If I have extra to give, I honor them, not just give you an opportunity, but honor you in so many ways. And I believe that if we as playwrights keep that in mind, we can honor people where they are. No one is little. Everybody. We come in my rehearsals and we do what we got to do to get the job done. We do what we got to do to sell out these seats because we understand that we are giving the next playwright hope that if I can do it, if I'm the guy that can sell out 15, 2,000 seats, they can do it too.
Oh, man, that's what's up. Listen, brother, we got 1 minute left. What parting words, real quick, do you want to give someone, and how can they find you?
You can find me on my website, lavarious.com, Lavarious, slaughter, SLAUGHTR.com, or I'm all on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I try to stay live on that stuff. But I mean, the words I would give, is stay on course. No matter what comes, no matter who comes or who leaves, remember the vision that you have and attach yourself to people that's going to help you take your vision to another level. Stop hanging around small-minded people. Stop hanging around people that don't have vision or drive, because those people will eventually drain you and you will forget why you started this in the beginning. So no matter what you go to your career as a playwright, director, producer, remember what got you into it. If you can always remember who gave you the opportunity and why you started, you will always be successful. No matter if you have a show that sells 2,000 seats or 2 seats, you will always be a successful individual.
Man, I love that. Thank you so much, Lavarious Slaughter. Man, we appreciate you taking the time out of your day to give some insight, to encourage, to motivate, to inspire, to educate, and all those other great verbs that you did today. We're going to stay in touch with you. You guys, you got to watch this man. He's been the same since day one when I met him a year ago, and he's been producing, directing, and writing like crazy. So I totally recommend that you go to his website, lavariouslaughter.com. It's on the screen below. Find him on social media, friend him, follow him, do whatever you need to do. But evidently he has what it takes, because he's making it happen, not just for himself and his family, but for those who are in his circle and those who are willing to do the work. So Lavarious, thank you, man. We love you. Safe travels. And man, continue to put on great, stellar performances.
All right. Thank you again, Sue.
All right. Take care, brother.
All right. Bye-bye.
So listen up, guys. That has been another episode today on the Playwright series on the Sueham Show. Tomorrow, man, we have another great playwright coming up. Oh man, she's from my state of South Carolina, and she will be here live on the show tomorrow at 12 noon. So you guys got to come back at 12 noon and check out what Tangi Brickhouse Beatty has to say about opening up her own venue here in the state of South Carolina, as well as traveling with her stage plays up and down the East Coast. So come back here, Facebook Live at noonday on Wednesday, October the 17th, where we'll have another playwright who's going to shed some insight. And as always, guys, I want to thank you for coming in and tuning into the show. You can find out more about my upcoming productions by going to the website sueham.com, SUEHAM.com. And we will, I guess, go ahead and conclude this show. But before we go, I always got to encourage you to live, love, learn, and laugh, baby. Don't you quit. Follow your dreams to success. I'll see you guys either in person or somewhere around the internet. I love y'all.